What is going on, guys? Well, we're Chelsea back again with another live stream for you guys. What a performance! No, I'm joking. It was very, very frustrating. I know many Chelsea fans are probably bored, tired. I've actually got United fans messaging me saying that game was dead. It was really, really dead. Look, we've got the co-host Matt. How are you, bro? First of all,
Yeah, my day was good until I watched that match and I fell asleep nearly.
I mean, look, we're going to be discussing as much as we can. Everyone that's tuned in, smash the like as it helps out this channel so much. Subscribe for new here, hit the notification, and tune in every single day. Let us know your thoughts on the game. Matt, 0-0 yet again. We cannot beat Manchester United, which is very, very frustrating. It was a bit open in the second half. There were a few chances by Chelsea, a few chances by United. But it seemed like both teams kind of wanted to draw in the end. What did you make of it? Just very quickly summarizing.
I mean, we're just completely toothless, if I'm honest. It's happened in a lot of our games, but even in this game, it was blatantly obvious. You've got a centre-back pairing of Maguire and Lindelof who are absolute pony together. And even teams like Newcastle are carving them up at the best of times. And we, honestly, apart from one or two chances, we didn't really create nothing. We never turned them inside out. Didn't really do much, and I think partially that was because of the lineup that we set up with in the start. By the time we brought on the players that I wanted to come on, it was a bit too late, and the game from 65th minute, the game was kind of dead anyway. When the attacking players came on, it was that you had that air of both managers were happy with a draw, which for me, it's 2 points drop for us.
Yes, I totally agree with you there, bro. And I just want to say, I felt the player that stood out for me was Kante, and I really, really want to support this guy so much during this difficult time because a lot of people want Kovacic and Jorginho, but for me, Kante defensively was fantastic, man. Like, this guy was reading the play, he was in the right position at the right times, and he done really, really well. What did you make of Kante, man? And just very quickly, got Marv here, finally made it, bro.
I'm here, my friend.
Bro, finally, man. What's the time over there?
It's like 11:31 in the morning.
Brilliant. And you've been awake since about 8, 9?
No, about 6:30 because my son woke me up.
Even nicer. But obviously Chelsea probably stressed you out even more.
Yeah.
Matt Kante, talk to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, in the first half, I didn't actually think he was that great. I thought he was losing the ball a lot. He was a bit sloppy, didn't look into the game. But the second half, he really did step his game up, unlike most players. And in the end, a couple of times he was saving us. He was doing really well defensively. I still think there's problems with him attackingly, but you're going to expect that of someone like Kante. And I think with Kante, you're going to need to put someone next to him that is better in that attacking phase. And I think Kovacic is just not good enough, again, in that attacking third. So when you play the two, it's kind of a problem of where, all right, you've got good defensive structure, but where's the attacking passes coming from? And then there's no wonder why we're not scoring, because there's not enough players on the pitch that are making attacking passes. And then the ones that are just simply not playing well enough at the moment.
Yes. Marv, what did you make of Kante today?
Well, first half, he was playing against us. Every time he got the ball, he gave it to another player on the other team. I was getting really annoyed. Second half, though, without that defensive block, we'd probably concede and lose the game. So I do kind of agree with Matt because, I mean, I like Kova, but he didn't offer anything offensively. And I can't even think of one defense-splitting pass that was made by anyone that wasn't a defender at this point. So, I mean, what was there in attack? There was almost nothing in attack again. And it's quite... We're looking for that one chance to get the 1-0 win, which I'm okay with. I liked how he set up the team. But there's some things missing. We need... the creativity was really missing. And that you kind of expect Ziyech to provide that. And he provided, kind of invisibility. But that wasn't really what we were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, look, that was my next topic, Hakim Ziyech. Obviously, very, very good player on his day. And I've been a bit harsh on the player because I felt he was really, really bad today. I think he should have been subbed a lot earlier, but maybe match fitness, not playing a lot of football might come into this. Matt, what did you make of Hakim Ziyech? Should he have been subbed a lot earlier?
I mean, as I said on Twitter before the match, I think when I saw him in the starting lineup, I didn't agree with it whatsoever. I do like Ziyech, but I don't think he's ready for a caliber of game such as this, due to match sharpness, match fitness, hasn't played many games at all in the last year due to many different factors. And when he was on the pitch, he just didn't do anything. As Marv said, he was invisible. It's like he's Harry Potter. He's got the cloak of invisibility. He's wearing it all game, not doing anything. And how I understood, obviously, Hudson-Odoi was injured, so therefore don't really want to make 2 subs at halftime. But then to take Giroud off for Pulisic, and then at times Ziyech was up front, and I was like, well, what game plan is that to have Ziyech up front at times? And then Pulisic went up front. I was like, why don't you just take Ziyech off, bring Pulisic on, and then Giroud can kind of link up with the pair? I just didn't understand it. And then by the time Werner was brought on, it was a bit too late in the end, I think.
Oh, my connection was a bit laggy there, but yeah, I heard 99.9% of it, and I do agree with that, of course. Marv, what did you make of Hakim Ziyech?
Yeah, he didn't really play, which was a shame. I mean, he had those 2 shots he probably should have scored. There was that one chance he really had just at the beginning of the second half. I was about a minute late turning my stream back on, so when I come back on, we were on the attack, and I was like, oh, what's this? And then, should have scored. But probably should have come off earlier. I suppose he hasn't started games for a while though, right? So it's, hopefully he'll grow into it and get a bit better over time.
Yeah, I mean, look, from the title, a bit controversial. I said it's top 4 done. Are we looking too ahead of ourselves? Striker's not really firing, winger's not scoring. Is it a worrying time right now, Matt?
I mean, it's a worrying point that we can't score goals if it's not a penalty or a fantastic overhead kick. That's the problem. When it comes to it's going to be, this top 4 race is going to be about fine margins, and it's going to be whether you can get the goals or not. I'm hoping that we can get firing, but at the moment, as good as we are defensively, I don't have any issues with any of the defensive players, but we're looking toothless in every game. And honestly, if we didn't get some of these penalties that we've had, we wouldn't even be in a top 4 race, full stop.
Marv, anything to add to that? I think Matt's kind of summed it up.
Well, I mean, one thing we've got to kind of get to is that we can't blame Tuchel for this kind of stuff, because he took over, we were 10th. So I expected us to finish 5th, and that's kind of where we are. Again, I said before to everyone in the group chat, on Twitter, whatever, that we needed to win 3 big games to solidify this top 4. We've won 1. So we need 2 more. This game, I actually don't think this is that bad of a result. I know we probably should have pressed it, but we didn't lose. And I think these kind of like small drawn games, might have really helped us. Those, as Matt said, fine margins. That last minute loss to Wolves is looking pretty shit right now, isn't it? And some of those kind of games, we just threw it. And games where we didn't turn up in. I like how the team is set up. It feels to me like we're set up well for these big games. But again, fine margins, that little bit of quality, we just don't have it. And it surprises me because I expect people like Pulisic to be able to do it. Timo Werner didn't have any time. I thought he would have played, especially in those half spaces, because they existed in the second half. Those spaces opened up. There's what Mount kind of got in behind. I mean, Mount was trying to get in behind quite a lot. But we had trouble when it came to the final third, as we're having all of these games recently. No one is creating well. And I don't really know how that fixes. But again, we're lacking world class in that area. And that's something next season we've got to fix. We've got to find a way to get into that 4. So the game against Liverpool, we need to get this. They're in a weak position. We've got to win this.
Just very quickly, guys, I've not been following the Premier League this weekend. I've been in and out. Have Liverpool played and have they won?
They play next
against
Sheffield United at home.
Great. That's not good, is it?
No.
So Liverpool got Sheffield United at home, probably going to get a win. We have Liverpool next, Matt, on Thursday. We're away from home, right?
Yes, I think so, yeah. Should
we be worried?
I mean, I'm not worried defensively because we've been brilliant in every game, but this could easily be another 0-0.
I think we win.
We struggle to score.
I think we'll win the game against Liverpool. Just because their defence is a lot weaker than... I mean, the structure that Man United play kind of suits a 0-0 type game, right? Unless they make that little error from Maguire or someone. It was the half margins that saved them. I mean, Lindelof's ball away. those little things to get a save. I don't think Liverpool are going to do that. If we get that half chance, I think there's a bigger chance of scoring. If you look at their defenders they got without Van Dijk and the amount of players they got out injured, if Salah and Mane are stopped, then I don't really see where we struggle here as much. And I know it's a good team and they're better than Man United, but the players out, I think this is our opportunity to take. And if we beat them, and let's say they won today, they'd be 1 point behind. That's 4 points. So, and then we get Everton. Once we get past that, we've got a nice little run of games. If we can get a win in a couple of those, I think that breathing space is going to really help propel us to that position.
Yeah. Matt, what do you think about that as well?
Yeah, I understand the idea of what Marv's saying about their defence is technically weaker than United's, and we could have more of a chance. But even against the teams, Newcastle, Wolves,
they're away today against Sheffield United, not at home. Sorry.
Yeah, even the games against Wolves and that, we've still struggled to break them defences down. Even Liverpool got a lot of injuries, but you'd say they're defensively at least a little bit better than Wolves at the moment, and other teams like that. So we're just struggling full stop. And if I'm just worried that if we don't get a penalty or we don't get a moment of brilliance from a Giroud or someone like that, I don't really think we're going to win the game. Even Mason Mount today, I think we've got too many players that just make the wrong decisions all the time. Like when he had that run, he looked like he had the beating of McTominay, but then he cut inside and then allowed everyone to get back. And I was like, if you shot, right, you might not have scored it, but you would at least forced a good save off De Gea. But it just became a nothing chance in the end. I think we've got too many players that don't make the right decisions at the right times.
He tried doing that Zola goal against United. Similar. I don't know if you guys remember that one. Where he cuts back in.
Near post goal.
Yeah. Near post. So I totally agree, bro. I don't know why he didn't shoot. I think that chance sums it up. Like, very, very good player. High energy, high pressing. The guy can make runs, silky, dribbling, play. Everything was on point. He gets into the box, shoot. Even if it's a save, even if it's parried, even if it's caught, it's still momentum building up for Chelsea. But we still don't get that shot in. Yes, still a decent turn, but he still, didn't hit with his left foot or anything. Very, very frustrating. Marv, I just want to ask you something very good. Matt touched upon it. I think playing three at the back could be another reason why the final third hasn't been on point right now. Now, obviously, we had Eden Hazard during Kante that season where we had someone that can take 2 or 3 players on and it changed the game. Okay. Now we don't have that player. We don't have wingers that score goals. We don't have strikers that score goals unless you score an overhead kick, like Matt said.
Yeah.
Do we need to change formation right now? I think this question has to be very important.
Good question. And I think no. And the reason why I say no, I do agree, by the way. I think that formation is what might hinder us getting more chances. And I do agree with the point about Hazard that really helped that system. For me, that system is security. So at this point, we need to not concede goals. And I know we didn't win today's game, but it's so much better, I think, to play in that way, to look for, the one goal. I know we should be going for more and all that kind of stuff, but this has worked so far. I mean, we've not lost a game for ages, and that builds confidence, right? Yeah, we do miss that player, so there is a lack of quality. And if only there were 2 attacking quality players in a financially strapped club that plays in yellow that could help the situation.
Well said, man. I think he's on up there. Matt, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, to touch on it, I think I agree to a point with Marl. I think next summer or next season, 4 at the back is the way to go. I think at the moment, our team it's not suited to a 4 at the back. If you go back to a 4 at the back, Christensen, Rudiger ain't having the same games as they are now. You've got 2. You're not going to get Aspi in the team. You're going to have Alonso. He's not going to be able to get in the team at the fullback. You're going to have, again, the problem with the defensive midfielder. That the reason we're playing a 3 at the back and then Jorginho and Kovacic in midfield is because it brings out the best out of the players we've got right now. And I think we can't really stray apart from that for the whole season. And I think that's the problem. It might be causing some problems in attack, but I think we're going to need to find the right pairing and the right trio up front and then go with that to the end of the season, limp over the line for top 4, and then build in the summer. I think for me, the one player we haven't tried, and I think could have the quality and just the chemistry to link it all together,
Havertz.
is Kai Havertz at a false 9. I think you put him at false 9, you have Werner running on, and even a Pulisic or a Mount or a Hudson-Odoi, whoever you want to choose. I think that could be the way just to get it done. I mean, Giroud's played very well. He scored a very good goal, but he's not going to be able to play every game.
I think you summed it up
Tammy
there.
Abraham is not doing well enough, and then there you go. You can't have Werner up top.
I think you summed it up. I just want to ask. Well, I've got someone on the door, so after this question, I'm gonna have to go downstairs and check whilst you guys take over. I'm on the 3rd floor, unfortunately. So annoying being home alone right now. Remember last time it was the police. Do you remember?
Oh my God.
Do you remember? That was annoying. But Marv, what do you think, Kai Havertz? And just take over if I'm not back, please.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point because we're talking about Havertz. He might be our ace in the hole, especially with his statistics in second halves of seasons, right, that we talked about before. He has really good stats for that second half of seasons in the last couple of years. And that quality might come from him. I don't know why he hasn't really been considered like today. Is he injured?
And he's been back fit. Well, he was injured at the start with Tuchel, and then I think Tuchel's just bringing him back, easing him in. I think it's got to the point where he's, I think, ready, but he's ready, and now we've got big games. So I'm not sure whether Tuchel wants to just throw him in, but then now he's thrown Ziyech in out of the blue. Out of the two of them, I'd rather throw Kai Havertz in because at least Kai Havertz has the match fitness and has played a lot of matches this season. Like with Ziyech, I don't completely blame why Ziyech's having this trouble. If you think about the Eredivisie got cancelled in March, so he hasn't played football all the way through restart, all the way to September, gets into pre-season, has that injury, out for 6 weeks, plays that good spell that he had, then got injured again, and then you could say he's probably played about, 10 matches in a year? And people wonder why he's not match fit, which I understand. I think that's why when people ask about selling Ziyech, just all out, without whether we're going to get Haaland or not, I'm not really on that yet, because I think I understand why he struggled and I understand why he's not adapted to the league. If you go any top player 10 games to adapt to the Premier League in a year, they're not going to do it, even Haaland.
I'm not sure that I would sell him at this point, even though I did mention he was on my potential list of sales. He didn't play very well, but that quality is there. I mean, who else was taking a shot? He took 2 shots. They were both on target. They didn't go in, whatever. But I don't think he's really a huge problem in this team. He needs to get adapted, acclimated. He's not that old. I mean, we could get 5-6 years out of Ziyech for 30-something million, whatever we paid for him. I don't think he's a slam dunk sale, in my opinion. There is a role for him to play, and again, it wasn't so good, but I get worried about blaming everything on one player. I don't think we didn't win this game because Hakim Ziyech didn't score a goal.
For me, it was kind of it. I moaned about him being in the starting lineup originally, but that was not because he's not good enough. It's because I just think he hasn't yet proved to be in the starting lineup. I'd rather him come off the bench and slowly build up and get used to it and acclimatise, even up to the rest of the season. You just Tuchel's going to have to go and look at him and go, right, you've played 10 matches or so over a whole year. You are not ready to start continually for Chelsea at the moment. I want to bring you on as subs, build your form, build your confidence up, get you adapted to the league, and then next season, when we're playing a 4 at the back, we can get you in, we can get you ready, and you're going to have a great second season. But throwing him in like this, I just don't think it's good enough from Tuchel. That's one thing I'd probably criticise Tuchel about.
But he's got to try. I mean, when is he going to throw him in? He has to throw him in at some point, right? And it's an important game. I mean, he'd been coming off the bench. I mean, I do understand the kind of the team selection. I mean, he's got a squad. It's a fairly good squad, even with players we might not rate. And overall, I don't think we really played bad. I think in the first half, we played pretty average. I think in the second half, we were a stronger team and we could have won. I mean, that's the thing, we can't win every single match, every single time, at every single place. I mean, we wanted to, but we didn't really look like losing. So, I mean, that's one positive.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry that I went for a few minutes. Someone at the door. But I totally agree. you lot, you lot were talking about a playmaker, right? Or am I missed the point?
We were just talking about Ziyech and just general how he hasn't played many games in the season, that maybe it's just throwing him in is not a good idea at the
Yeah.
moment.
Marv,
Yeah.
just quickly, did you like Fabregas?
No, I absolutely hated.
You didn't. Okay. So my
He's the
question
only
was,
one player I never liked at Chelsea. I just didn't
my,
like his ethic.
my question is basically around him. Do we need someone like him in this Chelsea team right now?
I thought Ziyech was going to be that type of player, right? Because the final ball type guy, the kind of spamming crosses type guy, that's what Fabregas did. I mean, it was good off the bench, Fabregas, but, you know, what we're going to do there, we should have. I mean, if you remember those statistics from earlier on in the season, we were creating the most chances in the league, more than Man City. So I think what you said before has a lot of validity about the system. I think the system that we've changed to might reduce slightly the chances that we create from open play, especially. But it's kind of like, do we create a lot of chances and be open and concede more goals? Or do we create less chances and try to win the games in tighter spaces? I mean, we could say no, but we won the Atletico game like that. You know, we won the Tottenham game like that. Those are two big games, and we drew the other one. So out of 3 games, that's 7 points. I mean, that's pretty good. So, I mean, we have to decide, what is it we want to do? Are we trying to consolidate? Because that system will win us a lot of games if it's applied correctly, according to the principles that Tuchel mentioned. So that's going to win games. It's not going to win every game, but I think it's going to win more than it loses. And you remember his win percentage we talked about is pretty high. So we've got to win games towards this end of the season. We've got to win games. That's the target. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's very tight. I just want, obviously, I'm obviously frustrated with the result. You know, we should be going for the win and stuff like that. But when Tuchel first came in, we were 10th. We said that the expectations overall can't be so high. And this basically means the formation that we play, the players that we play, we kind of have to see out the season and see how far we can go this season, whether it's top 4. I was saying top 4, even top 3. You know what I'm saying? It was quite worrying, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you just feel like he's going to stick with a back 3 for this entire season and then probably switch it up next season?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I think it suits the players the best at the moment. And then I also think it's one of these elaborate plans. You make these certain players that are ultimately going to leave the club look good, put their value up, and then hopefully clubs will go in for them in the summer, and that's where you can get funds for the likes of Haaland, Sancho, whatever defender or DM you want.
Follow my Haaland agenda.
I think it is a good slight plan from Tuchel, because if he is going to go back to back 4, I don't think Alonso hasn't got a place here. Although I'd say Emerson doesn't either. I think both of them will leave eventually, but it just depends on what order they go in. And then you got the likes of Jorginho. Jorginho's playing that well now that some Serie A clubs will want him in the summer. And he's always wanted, I think he does want to go back to Italy. And I think it could be a good move to get some big money for him, get most of the money that we bought him for, and then spend it on either a DM, a centre-back, or whoever we're going to get. And then when we sell these players on, we bring players that we need in, and then hopefully we can build a back 4, maybe a 4-2-3-1, a 4-3-3, or even we're going to go 2 up front.
Yeah. Just quickly, obviously, Father's come on the stream. First of all, how you were?
That was boring, right?
Yeah, that was boring. Did you just wake up before the game, or did you fall asleep as well?
I fall asleep most of the first half because it was really that boring, to be fair. Second half, I fell asleep for the first 5 minutes, then yeah.
Oh, Hakim Ziyech's chance woke you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think went wrong today for Chelsea not scoring?
I just think we're a bit shy on how we approach on big games.
Yes.
It's very reminiscent on same as the fact against Atletico, where we had in the first half we were a bit panicking at times on the way how we moved the ball forward. But I just think a little bit towards the end, I just think we still lack that final passes inside the box.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to give everyone the words to like the video, bro? Just quickly.
Hmm?
You can tell everyone to like the video.
I'm not in the mood, man.
What are we doing?
Basically, every video I tell Father to tell everyone to like the video. So he shows his mouse and says, "One click, it's free. Click the like button." You know what, Marv? You can do it for the first time.
Smash that like button. WWC. Yeah, go on. Hit the like button. Get on. Join on the stream. Any people I've blocked, come on the stream, debate with me. Come on, let's do this.
Oh my days.
I've
Marv,
got a list of 500. Bring them all on. Come on.
Marv, who's next, man? What's next for Chelsea? What's next for Chelsea, man?
Okay, next thing is the next game, and we've got to set up again and try and win the next game. And the next game, Liverpool. If we win that game, we're back. We'll probably be back in the fort. Hopefully, things happen with Leicester, and they keep dropping. Barnes got injured, didn't he? I think today. So it's not. This result is not a catastrophe. I actually think I know we said it was maybe a little bit less fun, but we controlled a large part of the game. I mean, I'm not one of those kind of possession type guys, but you definitely saw we kind of tried to control it. Yeah, we were a bit slow with the final pass. That's a thing that happens a lot. But, we're still not lost a game under Tuchel. We conceded 2 goals. There's a lot of positives to take. And if we keep that going, going to be good results. FA Cup final, Champions League final, top 4.
Marv, how do you say that positive, man?
I don't think we're that bad. I mean, when we was playing under Frank in the last couple of weeks, it was painful. And every game we were getting smashed or getting outplayed by 10 men. And now we're seeing a system in place, which, systems can only grow. At least in my opinion, you set up a system and it starts working better, right? For me, I mean, we didn't play that well at the Wolves game. But I mean, as I said before, we beat Tottenham playing like this. We beat Atletico Madrid playing like this, and we drew this game. 3 big games, 2 wins, 1 draw. Before that, we'd won 0 big games this season. We got battered in most of them.
We got battered against Arsenal. Sorry.
The game against Arsenal was an embarrassment. That was embarrassment, and not worthy of this club. Not worthy.
And Marv, just very quickly, I believe you are. It's been a while since I've spoken to you. You're a massive fan of Rudiger.
Right? I like him.
But were you a massive fan before?
Yeah, I think he's a very good player, and today he really proved it. Man of the match for me, and the toss-up was between.
Man of the match.
I think so. I mean, he created chances on his own. I mean, you see, he put one of the players on their arse, cross-field pass to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi's ball in, almost scored, and that's why he threw the ball, right?
There's an argument. Can I cut there? There's an argument. Yeah, I think at one of the moments in that game that Rudiger that stand out for me the most is the fact that I think when he just bulldozed his way towards halfway line of that, yeah. And he just running through down the wing and that, just bulldozing everyone, literally. So yeah, I can understand why Marv's coming from, but yeah.
Turns into Ronaldinho for 15 seconds.
I think he's the thing. I mean, it makes me want to back him more because the people saying he's not good enough. I mean, why is he not good enough? I wrote an article a while ago when people were saying his disaster class is one of those. Sheffield United, he wasn't even on until half time and we were 2-0 down. We lost 3-0. So what was he responsible for? 1 goal and the rest of the game? And there are mistakes he made. But come on. I mean, come on. He's a good player. How many goals we can see? 2.
Bro, what it is that I think since he's come back, he has done nothing wrong. I can give you that. It's the performances that I've seen over the years. We could talk about against West Ham. We can talk about the one when he's just lying on the floor.
The West Ham game. I mean, the West Ham game. How many of those goals? What was he at fault there for kicking the ball out stupidly? He didn't concede the goal. It wasn't him that lost his man for the corner. It was Azpilicueta. The goal they scored on a counter-attack, Christensen become a midfielder, and he was alone against 2. What? And when Yarmolenko scored that winning goal, he brought it on the inside and scored. As a coach, you tell your defender to show those players on the inside. Especially when the guy...
left-footed? Is he left-footed or right-footed?
I'm actually not sure,
I think he's left-footed, so you take him on the right, no?
Well, if that's me against Yarmolenko and he's 1-on-1, you've got to show him inside. Because what's he going to do there? He was on his own against almost 2, and the other players were not getting back quick enough. So what are you going to do? I like him as a player. I think him and Thiago Silva is a great partnership. And to show that there's no agendas, I don't do agendas apart from Chelsea winning and getting Haaland to the club. Christensen today was fantastic, and I've criticised him as a player. He was fantastic. He won every ball. His passing fantastic. And we've conceded no goals. How can you criticise defenders when we're conceding no goals?
No, it's facts, man. Since these three have been playing together,
Sure.
they've done really, really well, man. Christensen, Rudiger, I don't know if they can survive in a 2. Maybe with a different manager like Thomas Tuchel. But under Frank Lampard, it was frustrating to watch at times. So it's going to be very interesting to see who Thomas Tuchel keeps next season. Now, Matt, let's get an early prediction before we come to Thursday against Liverpool. I always ask for early predictions. I just want to see everyone's mood. So give me your honest opinion.
We're not in a good mood, honestly, man. It's been jarring for the last 5 hours and that.
Bro, listen, man.
I'm going to still try and be optimistic.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say we're going to snatch a 1-0 win. I can definitely see this being another 0-0 game. I'm just going to say 1-1 because I want to be optimistic. Unlike people on Twitter who said I'm constant negativity, which is completely wrong. But yeah,
they don't know you.
Leave it there.
Do you reckon another 1-0?
As Marv said before, I think we could just get that half chance a bit better at Liverpool, and we may just get something. We've got to win it after this game. We've got to win the game. So I'm just hoping, and that again, it will be on the assumption that Havertz plays at false 9.
Yeah,
I want to see it now. I'm done with some of these other players starting. I think Havertz needs his chance. I think that's the best game to put him in.
I think if Chelsea win against Liverpool, I will actually accept this result today. Like, I will generally
me too.
Move on, and I'll just be like, you know what, it happens. And I think getting a win against Atletico, drawing against United, beating Liverpool, I would have taken that probably before this running. So, look, moods can change on Thursday night. You know, it sounds like Thursday night football, Europa League, but it's actually Premier League. But hopefully, we can start getting those wins against Liverpool for sure. Farah, what do you think, man? Early prediction. I don't see Timo Werner.
Please stop saying that. Right, against Liverpool, since they got Bambi centre back and they got the new kid on the block, I would say we're gonna smash them. Why not?
Oh my!
3-1, at least 3-1.
You know what? Give me goals.
Wait. Let me finish. Wait. You said you want me to be positive. You've been criticizing me for about.
Tell me the truth, positive. Tell me the truth, not fake.
I am telling the truth, honestly.
Okay, who's your goal scorers? Christensen, Rudiger, Werner. That's what you said last game. That is fake positivity.
Not gonna lie. Next game, it's gonna be crying for Havertz to be starting. You know, I like to see Havertz start as a false 9.
Bro, I agree with you. You said 3-1. I need the 3 goal scorers. Because Marv, last game he said Christensen, Rudiger.
I was wrong. I apologize for that.
I don't know what he's smoking. He's got something in his ear. Bring it up, man, and tell me.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish. I would say Havertz, then Mason Mount, then Hudson-Odoi.
What if Hudson-Odoi plays?
If Hudson-Odoi plays, but yeah.
And if he doesn't, Werner?
Not gonna lie. I would love to see Werner, but I can't see him scoring against Liverpool.
You got an agenda. You got an agenda.
I'm not. I don't have an agenda. Whoa! What?
What
are you talking about? What are you talking about? I've been backing this man throughout the whole season, and you man tell me I got agenda.
Guys, it's official. It's official. This guy has a Werner agenda.
I don't have any agenda against Timo.
How you gonna say he's not gonna score, bro?
Oh my days! Relax yourself. Oh my god,
Marv, man.
Yes, mate.
Let's talk. Early prediction.
I'm going for 2-0 Chelsea on this one. I'm feeling quite confident about the Liverpool match. Their defense,
yes,
without Van Dijk, weak. If you've watched any of their games recently, they have really struggled at the back.
Bro, I need to go. Okay, I need to go. 2-0.
But I'm going 2-0.
I need to go,
Yes.
man. 2-0.
Yes, Marv. Yes.
2-0, bro.
I feel
2-0.
like we can win. I feel like we can win convincingly here.
You know what? If we win 2-0, or if you win by 2 goals somehow, I'll let Marv host the next 2-3 streams, and he can take over. Like,
Yes,
honestly.
clip that out. Clip that out, everyone in the comment section, yeah? Clip that out, yes.
I'm still
Yes.
waiting for my Pulisic shirt, man.
Ah, you want to put it this shirt?
Yeah, I announce myself as the winner of your things every week, but it doesn't seem to work.
Let's see, man. Let's see what happens. I just bought a house, man.
Sadiq, you're shameless FC, man. Honestly. You haven't
Marv,
given this man a shirt. You haven't given this man a shirt. What's wrong with you?
Bro, you need to get used to Father's comments, man. This guy is funny, man. Listen, guys, we're gonna go for a commercial break. Father, you know what to do.
I'm not in the mood for a commercial break, man. It's 0-0 draw. If we were winning, yeah, we were going to a commercial break. Just skip that commercial break, please.
We're officially back. There's no singing today, unfortunately, because we've drawn 0-0. Guys, let's push it to at least 60 likes. Keep liking it. Father, I need your energy now, bro. Come on, tell them to like it, man. Thank you. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to be real with you lot. I honestly don't know what else we can speak about simply because this 0-0 draw has finished us. Honestly, can you really sit here and tell me you can go on for an hour or two?
Wait till the result against Sheffield United and Liverpool comes out. We might be given a surprise. If they don't win, 3 or 4 points behind. Who are we scared about behind us? Everton?
West Ham.
West Ham?
West Ham.
Sorry, Mikel Antonio is going to get them in the top 4. I mean, come on.
Marv, hang on. Who's better, Antonio or Tammy?
Tammy, of course, Tammy. He plays in a bigger team.
Someone said earlier that Tammy wouldn't get in the West Ham team.
Easily gets in and is their best player.
So Antonio on form now isn't better than Tammy?
No, of course he isn't. Of course he isn't.
How many goals has Antonio scored this season?
Maybe about 6.
18?
I don't know.
Divided by 3?
I'm actually not sure how many
6.
goals Antonio scored.
18 divided by 3, 6.
I guarantee
you
Tammy scored more.
Probably. And Tammy plays less games.
No,
And also,
I
there's
think
less pressure.
Antonio's got a bit
Pressure.
more to his game currently, but
I'm not a fan of Tams that much, but he ain't that bad. I mean, he's
Yeah,
good enough
yeah,
to
cool.
play he's good enough to play in some of these teams.
yeah, I know. I totally agree with you. Definitely, I just felt Antonio on form right now is probably better, but you know, everyone has their own.
What is form for 5-6 games? He's okay, but what else is he going to do? I mean, Tammy's a much better player. West Ham are 5th, 4th. They're not going to finish 4th. I'll triple my Patreon subscription if they're not going to finish 4th.
That's a trivia patron. You know, you're taking a mick, bro.
They might come 6th, maybe.
Who are you more worried about, Everton or West Ham?
Everton, definitely. They've got more.
What about Tottenham? What about Arsenal? Arsenal had an impressive 3-1 win away.
What about Arsenal? That's a good one.
Huh?
Those guys are.
They won 3-1.
Arsenal.
William,
Arsenal
your favorite player, William.
Yeah.
William FC.
William.
Sadiq, calm down, man. Holy shit. Calm down, Sadiq. Calm.
Arsenal beat Leicester 3-1 away from home, and we cannot beat Manchester United.
Maybe they
down.
can lift that trophy at the end of the season when they finish 10th or 9th. Bums FC.
I'm sick of it, Robbie. I'm sick of it.
They'll come 9th or 8th at best, Arsenal. They're not.
No, Marv, honestly, though, Arsenal have beaten Leicester 3-1 away from home. Okay?
It's because they've got David Lewis and William.
They also just scraped away against Benfica.
Yeah.
No, but that was a fantastic comeback. That goes up there with the Istanbuls, the Munichs, and all that good stuff.
In all fairness, the reason why Leicester lost because James Maddison gone missing. So
Yeah, he does that a lot. Overrated player.
That's why I still think Mount's better than Maddison.
Big statement. Big statement by Marv. So, Marv, look, this is a conversation that we've had in recent weeks. Grealish, Maddison, Mount. What is your order for the 3?
Grealish first, Mount second, Maddison long behind them.
Long behind.
Yeah, he's not close to them. He's really overhyped player.
He does well in bunches and then disappears.
Like Chilimons, flash in a pan bum.
Who's impressed you the most at Chelsea this season?
Well, I mean, it's going to be quite a tough one, that, because I'm largely unimpressed with our position. I expected us to do much better this season. If we're gonna, I mean, who am I going to give it to? New signings, Thiago Silva probably. Mount's grown quite well. I mean, Werner, I love Werner. I back him all the time. I think we got to stick with him, but I don't think he's done as well as he could have done. I like Timo a lot. Who else has been? I mean, Ziyech not so good. Pulisic underwhelming, and he's my favourite player of the team.
Christensen.
He's done well in a lot. I mean, I'm not a fan, but he's done well in recent games. Him and Rudiger have been fantastic. And Alonso, people don't want to give Alonso his fair credit. He's good at left back. Left wing back. He's a good player.
I'm Alonso fan, bro. For Chelsea, bro. What do you mean?
I give him some. I mean, he was okay in the last game, wasn't he? So, give him. Hopefully, he can turn it around.
Yeah. It's gonna be. Actually, you know what, Marv? I've not actually asked you. What do you make of the Kepa situation? Do you think he has a chance to come back in this team?
I mean, I have to be consistent and say that I don't think he was ever good for us. And I mean, if we go back to his original, we played Arsenal, won 3-2 Sarri season, didn't we? First season, he let in some ridiculous goals, boomers from outside the box, and he was doing that ever since. He cost us single-handedly that Liverpool result. We would have won that. Sturridge, he scored that goal, and people say it's a wonder goal. You should see it coming, and you should save it. I'm very critical of keepers. I think, I mean, he could be better. I don't think he's as bad as it looks at this current point. You know, as we go back and see the howlers that he's made, he's not a great keeper, but I think he's better than that. And I mean, I don't think there's a way for him back, but his price tag might keep him at the club for a while because we need to make money back on that amortized value, right? So it could take some time. But I think there is a small market for him, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Matt's saying that he should be playing every single game, and I'm just thinking in my head, what are you talking about? Like, Matt,
of course.
What's that about?
You know my thoughts on Kepa.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know you, bro. I've only spoken to you once. What are you talking about?
He can play his Sheffield United, his cup games, get a bit of confidence, and then go out the door. Simple as that.
Out the door?
Yeah. Go back to Spain. It'll suit you there. You can go back, be in that hot climate, enjoy yourself, be with a Spanish club. You can go back to Bilbao, be with your home family, play your ball, and then not get hate, and you might be able to turn your comments back on, hopefully.
Wow, so are you siding with the hate?
No, I'm not siding with the hate, but the hate, I feel so sorry for him. I think for his career and for his mental health, he needs to go. Because it's like Bakayoko. Bakayoko can never put a Chelsea shirt on again because the hate that's out there on social media, it's going to get to a point. One of these players, obviously, might not be Bakayoko, Kepa, but it's going to get to a point where some of this hate will cause someone to commit suicide. And that's where I look at Kepa, I go, for your mental health alone, not even just talking about performance or anything. I'm like, if I was Tuchel, I'd be like, you're getting a lot of hate. If you can't take it, it's really affecting your mental health. Go back to Spain for your own good.
Well, there you have it, man. There you have it. I mean, has a footballer ever suicided from hate? I actually don't know.
The only things of suicide is like, they're going to Solskjaer's career. Other than that,
Marv, man.
It's all the website. What I tell you, it's that Chelsea website why they didn't get a penalty. I think I can't believe this.
Oh wait, that's another good point. Was it a penalty?
Of course, it wasn't a penalty.
No, it wasn't.
Anyone with sense knows that's not a penalty.
I credit the referee for making a great decision
for once.
This is probably the best referee performance I've seen.
Wait. You're not saying it wasn't a penalty?
Of course,
it wasn't a penalty. Under the new handball rules, it's not a penalty. It would be soft at best.
And it is a penalty, bro. It's a penalty.
first. It hits Greenwood first, though, doesn't it?
I mean, it hits both their hands, so you could argue it go either way.
Why is his hand out there?
Look, he's jumping. Tell me you don't jump up for a header and your arms don't go up to the side.
It's a penalty, man.
It's not like he's driven his hand towards the ball. It's clipped his fingers.
It's a
It's not
penalty,
even-
man.
No,
Bruno
it's not a
Fernandes.
penalty.
I need Bruno Fernandes to score penalties. What are you talking about, man?
Oh, Bruno Fernandes. He was absolutely disappeared in this game. What did he do? Again, big game, doesn't turn up. Stat padder at best.
Well, I don't know. I think Bruno Fernandes is quite a good player.
He's a good player, but nothing like people say he is.
No,
Bruno Fernandes is just a rubbish version of Fabregas.
yeah, but he scores goals. Fabregas doesn't score.
Fabregas scores important goals. He doesn't score penalties.
Yeah, I suppose. He scored that goal against QPR, didn't he? Remember?
QPR, I was actually going to talk about that. I was actually going to say that one.
It was a nice one. That really helped.
Oh, big up DJ, another super sticker.
Oh, DJ, I forgot to add this guy on the call for flip's sake. I was meant to add him. I apologize so much. I'm going to send you the link right now, bro, so we can bring you on. I promised this guy I was going to invite him on Sunday. I completely forgot. I knew I forgot something, man. I blame Marv. Marv kept messaging me. He wanted to join, and I forgot to invite this guy.
Yeah, like, gotta let me on the stream. Need to be on there, you know. Best way.
DJ, man.
To...
But yeah, we're gonna wait for him to come on because I really, really want him to come on, even though it's a bad stream to come on where we've basically drawn 0-0. Any other questions, Matt and Marv?
Did you guys hear about the Tuchel comments on Tammy Abraham?
No,
About
He's
why?
not injured, right?
ankle injury.
No, yeah, he said he's not injured and that he couldn't find a place for him in the squad.
That's fair enough. For me, he doesn't. He's not quite the player for us. And you know, it's a beautiful idea to fit 11 youth players into the starting lineup, but unfortunately, we are a team trying to win things. And the sooner people get that, because the club are very clear on that, the sooner people understand what this is to now be part of Chelsea, the better. Because I think the fact that we've got so many youth players now in the squad is fantastic. It's good enough. I mean, we've got a lot of players in there. Got Reece James, got Mason Mount. You know, there's players all over there now. I know they've let Tomori go, but there's ones to come back as well. What else do people want? You get people on Twitter expecting youth 11s and don't care if we lose 4-1 and come 10th as long as youths play. And you have to think about, do those people actually care about the club? Because the club needs to succeed, not come 10th, 5th, 6th, score 6 goals the entire season. And that's the point, right? We need to focus on what is best for the club, and that is winning. We have to keep winning. It's an elite club. It is not Arsenal FC.
I think you summed it up there, bro. But I just feel because we haven't won the league since Kante. Can we expect that same level still? Because it's been quite a while.
I think it depends on relation to the money that gets spent and in relation to what the performances are like.
Yeah. I mean, big up the child in the background. I know you've been doing very good on the mute button. It's been really, really good. Most people on the panel are not good enough for that. So I've got to say, you know, come to stream. I think Skype, we've taught you well as well.
Yes, hopefully, my friend. Remember the wind? Our first time doing the pod, and I had the wind noise in the background.
Yeah. See, you got good memory. Man. You got very, very good memory. I wish I had good memory like that. But Giroud, was he right at the start today?
I think you kind of have to because of his, his performance. I mean, Giroud? I mean, I don't have any complaints. I kind of preferred Alonso over Chilwell, but Chilwell played. He was okay. So, I don't think the lineup's why we didn't score goals. So for me, I mean, I'm okay. Tuchel picks the lineup, and we didn't lose. We played okay. So, I can't blame him for that.
Yeah. A lot of people saying Hakim Ziyech's shot was a good save by De Gea. Now, obviously, I don't criticize the guy so badly, but when I have high expectations of a very good player on his day, very special with that left foot, if he hits it left, right, on the floor, that's a goal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, am I looking into it too much? Because I don't think it was that of an amazing save. I think it was just straight at the goalkeeper, where it looks like an amazing save.
It was one of them ones where De Gea's going the wrong way and it's just caught his foot. It's a good save by the keeper to get a strong foot on it and keep it out, but it could have been a better shot.
Left or right, it would have been a goal, right?
If you go in the way De Gea was diving, I don't think it would have been a goal. But if you went completely the other way,
left.
I think it was left. Yeah.
Yeah. Mo, what did you think? Am I just looking into it too much?
Yeah, he's just hit it at him, hasn't he? Essentially, what can you do? I mean, he's running at the ball, he's hitting it in the direction of the goal. I mean, sometimes players don't think about it. You're instinctive. At least I've done it myself. When you play, you run and just hit. You see an angle to hit the ball, just hit it and hope it goes in. And he hasn't had so many chances himself, as he hasn't been playing that much. It can happen. I mean, we should have scored, but it can happen.
Yeah. I don't know where my guy DJ has gone. I only chatted to him on Instagram. I've sent him the link. Unfortunately, he hasn't responded. Gav, this is a very good point, bro. I did not see this one. Thomas Tuchel was the first Chelsea manager to not concede a single goal in the opening 4 Premier League home games. Not even Jose Mourinho has managed it. Unfortunately, we just didn't get the goals, man. Mourinho destroyed his first season. That's the only bad thing about it. 15 goals?
Yeah, 15 in the whole season, I think. But he did have Ian Robin, Damien Duff, Joe Cole, Johnson, Didier Drogba, John Terry, Ricardo Carvalho, Gallas. Do we have that many world-class players?
No way.
Yes.
We could say that Robin at the time was just a young player, but that was a world-class season. He was winning games on his own at points. He was dribbling people, scoring important goals, and we hit the jackpot with him. But then we had Duff, we had Cole, we had creativity.
Yeah, but bro,
fire. It was the best team.
Bro, we got Chilwell. Yeah, we've got Kepa.
Don't even try. That team back in the day was record-breaking teams. This team ain't breaking records.
We never won the league before that.
Yeah.
Fantastic team.
So how did we have that high expectations for these players to do that well?
We didn't have that expectation, right? When they came in 2004, I didn't expect us to win the league. I thought we were going to lose the league. We were 13 points ahead.
Really?
So, yeah, we were miles up on like Arsenal and United, and I thought, oh well, we're still going to fuck this up because we'd never seen it. But when you do see it, that's the problem. When you get there, you expect them to stay there. And this is the problem with supporting a big club, because I've experienced them multiple. I haven't seen relegation, but I've seen the team finish 13th. I see the team win the first FA Cup. I see the first everything. So, it depends. When you win the league, when you win all these things, you expect that level to remain.
Yes. I get what you're saying. Matt, first you told me Kepa should be playing. Then you told me Kovacic and Jorginho should be playing the pivot. Is that what's missing in the pivot role right now for the next game? Kovacic and Jorginho, your two favorite players. Why are you not buying?
You could argue yes or no. I think we did miss Jorginho to an extent today, but I don't think Jorginho would have made a big difference. Because if you think what Kante brought in terms of the defensive aspect today and how he saved us, I don't think Jorginho could have done that. So you could argue we had a little bit more chance to score under Jorginho, but we would have had more chance to concede as well. I think the thing is with Kante and Kovacic, I don't think they fit as much as it looks good on paper without looking at it and seeing it in person. You think, oh, it's going to be brilliant. But it just, you need to, as I said, you need to put someone next to Kante who just can do that attacking role in the box. Maybe it might be a thing, rather than this Kante Kovacic, maybe it's going to be more of a Jorginho Kante idea that could work a bit better in that double six, because Jorginho will provide that more, hopefully, in the attacking third in terms of passes, but then Kante can kind of hopefully make up for the lack of athletic ability from Jorginho. We may lose out a little bit with that, but I think there is no perfect pivot outside of Jorginho Kovacic in this three-back system at the moment. And I think,
just very quickly, what about Kante, Kovacic, and Jorginho playing together
with a 4 at the back or 3 at the back?
either.
For the back, it won't work. It's the same problems as before. We need a defensive midfielder. I think the free back covers them a lot more with the extra player behind. If you're going to play it as a 3-5-2, I'd argue none of them midfielders are good enough to be what you'd call the attacking 10. It'd be too defensive for me if you played all them three.
But we would have thought at the back, why would we have defensive issues?
Because we'd have one less defender at the back. We saw it under Lampard. I know Tuchel's a different manager and there's going to be different counter-presses system, but we're still going to have that problem with transition. That's why I think everyone's talking about striker, everyone's talking about centre-back, everyone's talking about Sancho. For me, Sancho, unless we got hella money to spend, which we won't,
Hella money.
we need to get a DM to allow us to play four at the back. Or at least someone like a Zakario who can do very good in defence, but also can supply a little bit up attack. I think it won't. We don't need to spend 80 million on Rice. There's a lot of defensive midfielders you can get that are half the price and won't break the bank. But we still need to get a DM. I'd argue we possibly still need to get a centre back. Maybe you can get away with it for another season without a centre back. And then obviously you do need that striker. Whether you want to talk about Sancho, I don't think that will work unless you raise a lot more funds for him. But I'd argue if you're playing four at the back, you may need another winger because we were talking about that lack of winger before. But I'd argue even in a Tuchel formation, them wingers are going to be inside forwards anyway. So you'd allow Werner to play that, Hudson-Odoi and the players that are playing right now. So you might not need Jadon Sancho, but that would still upgrade us if we buy him. He's just not necessarily desperately needed.
Yeah, I mean, wait, Marv, were you a fan of Sancho when we were linked?
No, I was not a fan.
He was
of
against
Sancho.
it.
Yeah, I was totally
Yeah,
against
I
it
remember
previously.
he was against it. I mean, he started the season quite poorly as well, which would have been in your favour.
Been good
He has
lately.
come back. Yeah, he's been alright lately.
The
Obviously,
problem
I don't think you've changed your mind on him.
Not completely, but if it's what it takes to get Erling Haaland to the club, then you fucking bring them both. And his final ball is good. And so if we're talking about things that we miss, then, you know, his final third work is actually really good. So in that case, then it justifies the signing more. I did not want him in the 4-3-3 because his 1v1 is not that great. Even though he's gotten better, I've seen he's been much better at taking players on recently. He wasn't so good in the game against Armin Bielefeld, whatever they were called. But I do think that he offers a lot with the final ball type attacking. And that's the kind of winger Chelsea normally go for. We don't normally go for the 1v1 stand-up one, which I prefer. I like the types like Zaha, Adama, St. Max, these kind of things. These kind of players I really get excited to watch. But the thing is, it seems like Chelsea prefer more the quality, incisive pass type winger. So, but I think Sancho, you know, if him and Haaland represent good value, I mean, we could probably get them both if we have that big budget. And I don't know if a world-class DM or centre-back is there for us at this point. People are saying those are important things, but we're not interested in Declan anymore. So who else is there? Dennis Zakaria. I've never watched him play, so I don't know. But people like, who are we linked with? The centre-back? Kante? I mean, is
Kante,
he that
Sule?
Yeah, Kunda I quite like, but is he too small?
Yeah, Boateng.
I don't like Boateng. No, so
Marquinhos.
Is he? Yeah, I like him, but is he going to leave PSG age 27, still with a contract? They ain't going to let him leave that.
Alaba.
Yeah, if he gets his wage down, I suppose. But even then, he said he wanted to play in midfield. I swear I saw him saying he wanted to play in midfield. So what's there for us? Koulibaly, how old is he now? He's having a bit of a down season.
29, 30. He's done as well, bro.
Exactly. What is there? What is there? There's no Van Dijk.
I mean, we've got Pepe.
Bring him back. Well, some people would
Bro, he's the only guy that has 100% pass accuracy.
That's true. He can.
So I don't think you should disrespect him like that.
Yeah, that's true.
The only player in Premier League history right now, 100%.
Has he? Because he went to play for David Moyes, didn't he? After that, for Sunderland. Was it Sunderland he played it?
Yeah, he did play at Sunderland, so he probably lost.
For Chelsea, innit? For Chelsea. Oh, cool. I'm making sure you're not listening, man. Well done. Marv, 10 out of 10 performance from you today.
Yes,
Matt, 4 out of 10 because of Jorginho hate. But I don't know how we've done an hour. Quite impressive. I understand a lot of people got probably bored because the whole game was boring anyway. There's not really that much to speak about. Marv, I don't know if you're going to be bad luck, bro, but we need to start winning games
We're gonna win games.
when you come on.
We're gonna win
So
games.
obviously when we win games and you're on the stream, it'll be popping a lot more. I want to thank you lot for coming on. Matt, as always, thanks for all your work on all platforms. Really, really appreciate it. And Marv, obviously, thanks for coming on today as well.
Time, my friend.
Early news, but we'll speak to you guys soon. Everyone like the video. Everyone, Matt and Marv can say it one more time as well.
Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, can see us again tomorrow. We stream every day, or at least try to.
Yep.
Let's get it done.
Get it done.
Marv, just say subscribe.
Subscribe.
No, but the way that you take the mic out.
Yeah, subscribe, smash that like button. Come on, worldwide show, Mr. D. You know, Timo Werner, Regulon, Chilwell.
How'd you say his name, by the way? How'd you say his name?
I think it's Regulon. I think.
Regulon.
But you got saved because even the commentator started calling him Regulon as well. So you was okay. You got saved there.
Yeah, man. Guys, big up to all of you lot tuning in. Obviously, you two don't leave because most people that come on here and I say, yeah, I'm ending it now, they leave the call as well, which is a bit confusing. So, all the best, guys. See you guys soon, man.
Right.
Alfredo, love that, man. 2:30 a.m. from Indonesia. Big up to you, bro. We support you as always, man. Thanks.